Yeah, how's it going? Today is 10th of October, Thursday, and we're gonna be taking a look at the market today. We're gonna begin by taking a look at the opportunity, and from opportunity, we're gonna be progressing. That will be university, and perhaps university might be offering some finances. From there, we can progress and take a look at AI development. And from AI developments, we're gonna be progressing to some of the projects and potentially confirmed projects, and from there, but that will be service company. From there, we're gonna be progressing to manufacturing. Uh, to summarize, right? We're gonna be taking a look at university, which potentially would have finances, right? From there, we're gonna be progressing to government's announcement in EI. From there, we're gonna be progressing to most likely service businesses, all those kind of things. And from there, we're gonna be closing, taking a look at manufacturing. Let's do it. By the way, I'm not sponsored, and always just send me a check, right? No one's funding this kind of videos, or so to say, right? There'll be Future Frontier Fund, which potentially would be there's terms and conditions for anyone to engage with Cranfield University, but they might have some finances available of £10,000 to develop and or solve very particular problems. Most likely, we're going to be taking a look at energy sector or net zero. So I thought since it might be a very interesting opportunity, I will touch on it. There might be terms and conditions for people to develop those projects. Let's try to encourage more people in engaging in this particular area, but it might be a very hard thing to do. That's a different thing. It might be very hard, but finances are available, and within terms and conditions, they might touch on intellectual property, who would own all the work, all those kind of things, right? Let's progress and let's take a look at next opportunities, right? As well as we're going to be taking a look at the government's press releases. That would be something that was announced yesterday. AI and how to solve AI problem. There might be a lot of developments in the space. Or do not get confused, since we most likely will be taking a look at three different areas in space, in air AI, on ground AI, and in water AI, right? So three different areas. Government published some findings when it comes to water, not necessarily air or on the ground, right? That would be different AI, but kind of technology might be very similar, but it might be different. Anyways, so government is doing a lot of work, as well as there might be a company who might be overseeing some of those things and or areas. That will be important in just a second, but I thought I'll touch on it since there might be a lot of requirements. And some of those businesses and organizations, some of them might be a non-profit, right? Some of those organizations already operating in the space and are accelerating capabilities, right? And as well as we looking at this space and looking at how to solve these problems, right? We won't be delving deeper into this particular area, other than there are people working in this space, right? Let's progress to the next article. As well as that would be something that was published 2 days ago, Tuesday, 8th of October. That would be Go Ahead Transport Group orders 1,200 green buses. Green, so that would be the way how those buses would be powered, right? So potentially sources, energy sources, right? From there, perhaps some of those improvements that could be made without the driver, kinda, but it might be very complex and difficult to do, in particular when it comes to health and safety, right? But anyways, so that's the reason why I was touching on AI, right? And a deal for electric zero emissions vehicles worth half a billion or 500 million supports 500 jobs in Northern Ireland and 2,000 more across supply chains in the UK. So let's take a look at this article. Perhaps it might be important, but that would be overall where to begin, where to start, as well as the entire supply chain might be very complex, and we not necessarily would have enough time to cover everything in industrial detail in 10 minutes, right? Transport group, go ahead. Which is kind of funny, I guess. has announced a $500 million investment in up to 1,200 UK built electric buses from Northern Ireland based Fried Bus. There might be reason why it will be Northern Ireland. I was taking a look at income levels in Ireland and Northern Ireland and the way how it functions when it comes to trade with Europe. There might be more reasons why it would be Northern Ireland. But anyway, in order to expect to support about 500 manufacturing jobs and create a new line of Fried Bus based in, I can't pronounce, but in Limana, Northern Ireland, but anyway. The net zero emissions buses are expected to be developed in go ahead operations across UK over the next 3 years, including London, Plymouth, Gloucestershire, East Yorkshire, and Isle of Wight. Okay. There might be a lot of subsidies, so potentially, as of now mentioned, perhaps a lot of taxpayers might be subsidizing a lot of services, by the way. But anyway, the Department for Transport said the investment will also support an extra 2,000 jobs across wider UK supply chain by 2026. Okay, that's very sharp, by the way. So I thought if they looking to introduce AI into those buses, that would be reduction in cost of operations, but time frame might be way wider, right? But anyway. The Transport Secretary, there's a name there, was due to meet Ride Bus executives and other industry leaders on Tuesday with plans to create UK bus manufacturing experts panel to discuss how councils can step up services while reducing carbon emissions. Oh, okay, so perhaps as of now we're only taking a look at carbon emissions, not necessarily operators. Since previously we were taking a look at some of the plans, right, where a lot of operators looking to introduce a lot of drivers, men and women perhaps equal, right? So it would be 50% and 50% of women and men drivers. But again, I would highly recommend in perhaps taking a look at alternatives to that. But anyway, let's progress. Let's progress. Labour has pledged to prioritise better bus services with bus bill coming into Parliament. Government will extend franchising powers now begin used in Greater Manchester B network. Okay, so perhaps that would be where everything would begin, and from there they would potentially progress to wider areas. To any local transport authority that wishes to bring bus service under local control, Brightbus, the market of the revived London Road Master, went into administration in 2019, leading to 1,200 redundancies. It was later reduced by Bramford Bus Company, owned by there's a lot of names, but either way, the Tory Donner for British digger manufacturer. So I'm interested from all these names and all these people, which might be very important. I'm interested in this particular company. Let's delve a little bit deeper and let's try to understand the history of this company. GSB, since there might be a way bigger strategy when it comes to AI services and heavy machinery. So it's something myself interested. I was doing a little bit of research where UK might be behind as of now, and also some of those developments, including Australia, United States, places like China, Russia, where we have heavy machinery. If not right now, in the future or near future, that machinery might be operating without personnel, if that makes sense, right? Let's take a look at this company. Let's try to understand what's happening there. We will be taking a look at or taking this information from Wikipedia, so most likely it will be accurate since it's private business and it's might be traded. That's not the reason why we're taking a look at this company, other than there might be a lot of opportunities, particularly when it comes to UK. Perhaps UK might be considering having this kind of capabilities themselves or building up to this kind of capabilities. Some of the information or pictures that I was taking a look at Wikipedia, that would be some people might recognize this little thing you might find on some of the streets driving around and delivering food. Very similar picture, by the way, very similar picture. But some of those research and development work seems to be that was completed in 1948, so 70 or so years ago, 70. It's how old some of these technologies are, but capabilities when it comes to how those machines will be powered. So perhaps it's something that we were taking a look at university, which university is taking a look at, how to power it, as well as communication and internet connection and or sensors, right? So three areas: how to power connectivity when it comes to internet services, all those kind of things, as well as sensors. So health and safety, so no one will be placed in danger, I would say, right? But either way, that would be a British multinational manufacturer of equipment for constructions, agriculture, waste handling, and demolition. So like more of the heavy industry. So all these areas, not necessarily high risk areas, I would define it. So not necessarily a lot of personnel compared to bus services. But either way, it was founded in 1945, and it's based in there's a different headquarters in UK. It was World or GSB is also often used. Okay, there's Oxford Dictionary, all those kind of things. But anyway, let's touch on products and let's go on that. Potentially products include backhoes, excavators, dump trucks, forklifts, loaders, telescope handlers, tractors, diesel engines, diesel generators, axles, and no gearboxes, right? So not necessarily alternative power sources, right? So I thought it might be an interesting thing to touch on. I might be interested in reaching out to this company, but they have terms and conditions that many people would need to agree on before even having an opportunity to read a little bit more about the company or reach out to this company. So perhaps let's reach out to other company who won't force people to accept the terms and conditions, right? Thanks for watching. See you next one.